up, y'all? We back again with it. I am Anthony, and this is my lovely wife, Brittany. Yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about compatibility versus chemistry. I guess for me, it'll be like compatibility. I think of like what you got, in common. Y'all do the same things, like the same stuff. Um, but that's just about it. Y'all just got stuff in common as far as that, like hobbies and things of that nature. But it don't go. It's not nothing extra. No more than that. It's just y'all share a lot of the same interests. I feel, or do some of the same things. I go.
Well, for me, I am obsessive over compatibility. Prior to like me getting with Anthony, I had a very bad habit of every time I talked to a dude, I would like look up his zodiac sign. I would see if we were compatible on paper.
You did that?
Yes, I did. But the first person I did not do that with was you. So
Your boy.
ironically, he was the man I ended up getting married to, but I literally was obsessed with it. So one of the things that we wanted to kind of like dive into. So for me, I don't really have a definition. My definition of compatibility is zodiac signs. That's it. It is.
For real?
Yeah. Like I looked at zodiac signs and I was like, that is like the holy grail of if you are compatible. So I guess you could say like how well you guys mesh together. Cause that's all the zodiac signs tell you. Like, what are your personalities like? Are you guys good communicators with each other? How well you interact with each other? How you all mesh? So that's literally what everything the zodiac sign little things told you.
But question.
That's what it was.
Question: Could you find it out on your own?
I mean, yes, but for somebody who's indecisive like me, and didn't know anything about nothing, what do I go by?
I question: How do you feel about it now? I mean, you with me now, but I'm just saying, like,
I do. Okay, so you can't really go by me with that either, because even though I'm a Christian, I love God, and we ain't supposed to be dabbling in that type of stuff. But it is so interesting because my sign is completely accurate. People hate on this, but everything they say is really true. You don't think so? Mm-hmm. I'm a Gemini, so other than people hating on us for no reason, the stuff that they say is pretty accurate.
I wouldn't say no reason.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about that.
I wouldn't say no reason. Go ahead.
So, I'm gonna ask you,
mm-hmm.
since I've already talked about me and my things with zodiac signs,
mm-hmm.
Do you think zodiac signs are a good rule of thumb for compatibility? We all know my answer is yes.
No, I feel like, because, all right, here's the thing. Everybody is still different and unique in their own way.
Yes.
So, like, okay, let's just say it said Libras are honest, right? Now, the question is, how do we like measure that? Because nobody's honest like 100% of the time. So Libras is lying somewhere in the equation. But now it gets into, so how often does a Libra lie in general? Or what does a Libra lie about? You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that statement, because that's anybody and anything. You're not going to 100% be you, but that's not what they're saying. If they're saying that Libras are honest, I don't know if that's true or not, y'all. But if they are saying that Libras are honest, let's just say, or I'm going to use this, Geminis are indecisive. That's one thing that they say and throw out there all the time. Generally speaking, I am a very indecisive person, but I'm not indecisive about everything. So that's somebody naturally coming about. They're just giving a generalization of what happens most of the time. If you look at me and say, is Brittany indecisive or decisive? What would you say?
Now I say indecisive.
Yes, but do I know how to make some decisions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would hope so.
So I don't think they're giving a justification of saying every decision they're going to be indecisive. I think they're just saying that most of the time I do not know how to make a decision on my own, or I struggle with making the overall decision. So I think it's just an overall thing, not necessarily saying this is you 100% of the time. Aren't Libras over analytical?
I don't know. Are we?
I think you are. So boom.
Because I don't really look at it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do think I think some people, like when they read some of these zodiac signs, they try to make themselves fit into whatever they're saying.
I don't think that's
I'm not saying, hey, I'm just saying something. Now sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes the stuff do be it be looking
spot
like it's on
on
point. It do be looking spot on and all that stuff. But I'm saying, because I have read
Because
some.
I'm gonna read you what it say about us when we get done.
Okay, but I have read some like about me, and I was like, no, that is not no.
You oftentimes have a defiant spirit as well. My mom does too. My mom.
Man, don't be trying to console me. Why you trying to put my name down in the dirt?
I'm not. And she'd be so mad if she knew I said that. But she does. It's like if you tell her to go right, she'll go left. And he does the same exact thing if he feels like he's being bossed around. So
why boss me around? Why try to boss me around then?
You feel as if you're being bossed around. I'm not bossing you around. I'm just asking you to do something. Well, going back to compatibility versus chemistry. In my opinion, I do feel like zodiac signs are a good rule of thumb for compatibility, to be honest. Do I think it's the end all be all? No, because like you said, there are people who may not fit the mold, the general mold of what their zodiac sign is. But the people that I come into contact with, they have. So, now I will say this. I don't think it's the end all be all for chemistry, but I don't want to jump subjects, so we'll get to that. But I do think that there are some very heavy factors that plays into the role of compatibility with zodiac signs. So I guess this is really like just a moot point for you. But when you were openly dating, were there like some signs, some zodiac signs where you were just like, X, I ain't finna date them, they off my list, I can't stand them?
No, no, it wasn't. I just tried to, you know, meet a woman where she's at, and you know.
You don't think they could have saved you some hardships if you knew for a fact? Now, not to say you gotta go look up that zodiac sign, but if you started, because you can see some patterns, and hypothetically speaking, maybe you generally attract or you're attracted to the same type of woman. So they may be the same type of, like they may consistently be the same zodiac signs. So you don't think that you could have noticed the pattern and said, all right, well, it's clearly not working with this type of woman?
Nah, I ain't really do that. I ain't really do that.
10 minutes later.
Like in anything that, let's say, all right. Let's say I was started, talking to this woman.
3 days later.
That was just the decision I made.
But going back to the woman's zodiac sign, you don't think you would look at that and say, okay, maybe these are some traits that I don't want in a woman, and I don't want to deal with that no more. So maybe I'm gonna X that out.
No, I didn't.
So you just is zodiac sign, no. You just don't believe in it at all.
I didn't say that.
You don't believe in it in dating?
No, I didn't say that. I said, I just don't look at it to tell me who's right for me.
But you don't look at it to tell you who's wrong?
I don't look at it.
So you don't believe in it?
Just because I don't look at it doesn't mean I don't believe in it.
But how would you believe in something if you're not looking at it?
Huh? How would I believe in it
If you're not looking at it?
if I'm not looking at it?
Mhm.
It don't mean I don't know of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean I agree. I'm just saying okay.
Okay.
So for me, I didn't necessarily say I was going to X off a sign, but I indirectly did not want to deal with those people anymore. So my first boyfriend was a Pisces, and we just didn't mesh. That was really all that was. But we were young, we didn't know this, that, and the third, so cut that short. We just didn't mesh. Taurus was the second one in the most tumultuous relationship I was in ever in life. And after that, I was like, no, if I see a Taurus on the street, sorry, I'm not dating them. But the thing was, I didn't try to do that. It was just automatically ingrained in my head. This man done put me through so much, I don't want nothing to do with him. Because I don't necessarily, like Anthony said, okay, I don't necessarily believe that every part of it could be true for everybody. So, like, if you're a Taurus, that don't necessarily mean you feel like you embody every personality trait that they say you're going to have. But I do feel like certain things at the core, yeah, probably true.
So how you know which certain things there are?
Okay, so for instance, at my core, I'm an indecisive person. At my core, I'm very fickle all over the place. So
Sorry. So at the core of a Taurus, what are those?
manipulative, liar, trifling, and greedy. Sorry, women. I'm really talking about men, but y'all gotta get lumped in there too. So
You feel real good about that answer, don't you?
I do.
No, man. This man done got on all Tauruses throughout the globe. Dang, you gonna do them like that?
Yeah.
All y'all. That's what she said. All y'all.
I'm sorry for the women that gotta get lumped.
So
That's why I said my Taurus ladies, don't fight me. It's just these men.
So yeah, so I do agree.
Sneaky. That's another one that they core. I'm sorry. Sneaky.
Whoa.
Real sneaky. Keep going.
Get it all out.
That's it. That was the last one. I was trying to make sure. Oh, angry. Very angry people. That's it. That's it. I promise. I promise that's it.
Taurus just can't be happy in this world, huh?
I think they try.
Several months later.
I will say this too, because I don't want it to get tainted. I don't think that. Don't listen to me. I'm just the type of person it's hard to forget. I'm working on forgiveness. I haven't mastered that yet, but I am trying to also work on forgetting, because that's the biggest part of forgiveness, in my opinion. And realizing that you may be missing out on something. Now, compatibility-wise, I looked it up. Me and the Taurus don't mesh at all. But if you were, like, let's say I got into it with a Libra, and I was like, oh, I brought off Libras, I would have never met Anthony. So I will say that. Just look at the person for who they are and be open-minded, but also be guarded. I will say that. That's what I think I would have done. If I would have found another Taurus, I possibly would have gave him a chance, but I would have been really guarded in the beginning. The next part is technically, do you feel, before I even ask this question or get to this statement, do you feel like we are compatible?
Yes.
You do? Why?
Because, well, based on my definition of compatibility, I feel like we share a lot of the same interests. We do a lot of the same things. We have certain life values that we hold, that are the same. I feel like we have the same type of mindset, creative wise, business wise. We care about our spouse enough to try to improve on ourselves, because that's another thing I think we always try to do is improve. Like, we'll feel like we slacking in an area or two, and then when it's brought up, maybe it doesn't even get brought up. Maybe we just see it ourselves, and then we try to fix it just to make the other person feel good or whatever. Because we're pleasers. Me and you are pleasers to each other. We want to make sure that each other is always good. So that is something I always look for. That's something you look for, and I think we have that. So it's stuff like that that makes us compatible, I feel.
Okay. Well, I feel like we are compatible, like he said, with a lot of our core personality traits. And ironically, I feel like we are compatible because we are opposites. So we have a lot of similarities, which is very interesting. We're both very irritable people. We both actually like to talk a lot. We both like to have deep conversations and meaningful conversations. Yeah. I think we both prefer that over small talk with anybody. We both like to be challenged. We both are very sensitive, and like he said, I think we both are people pleasers, which actually makes for a very caring relationship. But also, with that being said, I think one of the most interesting facets of our relationship is the fact that we are complete polar opposites in a lot of different aspects. Like, if you put us in a room at a party, now it just depends on the setting. If I know the people, then I'll be out there talking, mingling, doing whatever. No, that's not a good example anymore, because Anthony really has come out of his shell. Let me think. Okay, what would we prefer to do? I would actually prefer to go to a party. Anthony would prefer to stay at the house, chilling by himself on the game, watching TV. Do you agree?
Yes, I mostly agree. But the newbie. Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah.
At your core.
My core is changed. It's changing now.
It is changing.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but if you had a preference, if you had to choose, what would you do?
I'm gonna say stay at the house. Stay at the house.
What's something else where we're opposites? I take more risks. He's very safe. I'm not even gonna say I think outside the box. I'm a very squiggly line kind of person. He's a straight to the point kind of person.
Yeah, I remember when we first got together, and she would try to say something and use a whole 3.5 essay in a text message, and I send her back one sentence. Are you saying this, and that? And it should be like, oh my God, how you know what I was saying? That's so great.
It's just because he's very straightforward. Anthony, I'm a big talker, and he's a great listener.
You give me that?
Yeah, I always tell you that.
Wow. Okay. I just don't remember. Is that what it is? I just don't remember things?
I don't know, but whatever.
I'm trying to think of what you be telling me.
I tell you, you're a great listener all the time. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about the remembering part.
Oh, no, you're ass. He don't remember nothing, but he is a great listener when I'm talking. In the moment, he will... Okay, let's say this. if he's not on the game, if he's not doing what he wants to do at the time, he will listen. He has selective hearing. But when we're having a great conversation and we're talking about something that he finds interesting as well, he's a great listener. When it's something you know I care about, you will listen. He just doesn't listen. He just doesn't listen when I talk about like doing stuff around the house or stuff that we got to do for the week or planning out our daily routine. But he needs that. Oh, he actually is pretty. So overall, he's pretty organized. I'm very disorganized. So we just going through that. We balance each other out. So that's why I think that we're compatible.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to that, I am a Gemini woman, and he is a Libra man. So I took it upon myself to Google, because I told y'all I didn't Google, when we first got together, I didn't look up if we were compatible. So I Googled our compatibility to see how compatible we were. So I found this little doohickey chart. It is for the Libra. So it's looking at the Libra and it's looking at all of the other signs in these 4 different categories to see how compatible or what percentage of compatibility there is between him and these other signs. So overall, technically, you are most compatible overall with a Leo at 97%. But guess who comes in second? A Gemini at 93%. Sex. Guess who's number 1?
Why you so loud?
I'm compatible with him for sex at 100%. Love and marriage. So, I'm not gonna say who's in front of me, but at 90% love and marriage, Gemini. So they have green, yellow, red. I'm in green for all of them. Communication. 90% me. So we are pretty compatible. And it has under there best matches. Guess who's on there? Gemini. So it also has like natural partner Aries, but we don't need all that. So let me go to mine. It's gonna pretty much say the same thing.
What's the difference between a natural partner and a best match?
Probably like who you naturally gravitate to. For mine, it has Sagittarius. I don't know any Sagittarius that I know of. So there's that. Where is it? It says I'm fun, easygoing, generally happy with whoever they are with, despite compatibility is quite tricky. So I don't think I'm really that compatible with anybody. Libra he's very easygoing, nice, and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's why he's like more so compatible with a lot of different people. But for me, mine is kind of on the lower side, and I can understand that because I'm kind of picky.
Bro, cause man, like she don't. Alright, it
says particularly when it comes to long-term relationships, my compatibility is quite tricky, and I believe that 1000%. One, I was just gonna say I get bored very easily. The second sentence: people of this sign are easily bored, and it takes a special person to keep them happy. Boom. Generally, air signs such as Libra and Aquarius make the best matches for Gemini, as they're able to maintain their energy and hold their attention. I will say, when Anthony is sitting at this house on that game, he be pissing me off because I be bored. But naturally, if you just talk to Anthony, that's why when we first met, it was just like so dynamic. And this is gonna go into our next topic or point. The chemistry was just like bananas. So going back to the question, does compatibility automatically mean you will have chemistry?
No.
I agree as well.
100% no.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let you talk. I actually talked to another Libra, and this was before I met Anthony, like years before I met him, and we were friends first, probably because we just had like the instant connection, but we started progressing it to something a little bit more, but we should have stayed friends. If there was no chemistry, there was no spark, there was like no aha, like oh my gosh, like I'm falling for him. Y'all, I'm not even lying. It's gonna sound very, 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 very corny. And like I said, I didn't do the compatibility thing before I first met him because I didn't want to taint anything. Um, when me and him went on our first date, it was like, this sounds so corny, but it was literally like, but I legit had real butterflies. Like, you think you have butterflies before you do like a speech or something in front of your class? No, like I was like nervous, and he was so quiet. That's what was crazy to me too. Like, he was the Anthony that people meet now is not the Anthony that I first met. Like, he was so quiet, so shy, and for him to make me that nervous, I was like, dang, like, because I'm usually like the dynamic one in the relationship, like, because I like quiet dudes. That's what I was telling him earlier. I'm genuinely and generally attracted to quiet guys. I don't like loud men. I don't like aggressive men. One, that gets on my nerves. Two, if you talk just as much as me, that's gonna annoy me. I need some quiet time, and Anthony is like the great, like, other half of me. Like, he'll look at me and I'll just know to shut up because I've annoyed him. So when we first met, it was just like an unspoken, like, I don't know, I just felt like I was in a bubble. But that was the chemistry that we had that I did not have with the other guy that I knew. It just was not there. But when I instantly started talking to Anthony, it was just like, I'm telling you, like, it's indescribable. Like, it was like fireworks, like, and we didn't do nothing but go to Huey's and no, that probably looked like something else. It wasn't sex. It was we had libations.
There you go.
That's what my sister calls it.
Yeah. Okay, so chemistry, one of those things where it always keeps you coming back. Like, it keeps you fighting. It keeps you wanting to try it again and again. It just keeps you. It's like a drug. It likes it. Like, it just has a hold on to you. You know.
She was like, crack.
Like, chemistry is like so strong. Like, let's say I don't. Let's say we. I don't want to use us, but let's say somebody has some really good chemistry, and and they broke up or whatever. Broke up for like a good 10 years. They see each other, nothing like that, and then they see each other. They rekindle, and it's like back where they left off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, chemistry, like real core chemistry, does that. It's like, bam, it's like y'all just get back into it. And the ball get back rolling. And just like Brittany said, when we met and stuff like that, and when we were just texting, like, the feeling, it was just indescribable, honestly. It really was. And it's one of those feelings I genuinely hope everybody in the world feels that feeling, feels like somebody that can give you that feeling, because it is one of the best. Like, I really hope y'all find somebody out there that do that for y'all, because it's something else. Because then you look back and you think, and you don't want to try to compare people and stuff like that, but you think back, and it's like, man, I've never
felt like that before.
I've never felt like that before.
And you can have past loves.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, and you thought that was something.
And it probably was love for what it was at that time.
It was, but this, when you get
to something else.
It's levels to this. It's really levels. Just imagine the love you may feel for a person right now. Just imagine it if there's something greater. It's crazy. It's crazy. But when that was happening, we was just texting. She had really good conversation. That's one of the things that was keeping me drawn to her, because I don't know what's up with our generation or whatever the case may be, but this texting, I remember texting people, and the conversations was just, my goodness, no type of substance, no nothing.
But that goes back to our compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
We both like deep, meaningful conversations. Like, this was just God ordained, in my opinion, because for us to have met and just mesh on so many different levels, like, I hate small talk. Like, I don't like going to work talking about the weather, what happened this weekend. It's just boring and dumb. I want to know why you think what you think every single day in time. I don't necessarily have to do that with every person that I meet. It has to be genuine for us to talk about it. And that's what we did. It wasn't forced.
Mm-hmm.
We just started asking random, just like, you ask a question and then you get a whole different response. And because you can ask somebody else, like, okay, what's your family life like? Oh, I got 2 sisters and a brother. Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, like what else?
Talk. God. Talk.
Like, what else?
My goodness. I be seeing like somebody would literally, a friend would literally show me a text message that he had with a girl, or girls, vice versa. And I just be looking, I just be like, just be scrolling.
Bro,
like,
where the conversation? What? Like,
you got something. You can't just say good. Was it good? Okay, what made it good? Was it bad? What made it bad? What you gotta give something to get the ball rolling. Like, talk, people, talk. Damn. All right. Go ahead.
I mean, you speaking straight facts. It's just crazy. I will say this. Do you think that there could be a relationship, a long-term relationship, with just chemistry and no compatibility?
Yes.
Really? I disagree. I say no. It don't have to be zodiac signs. I'm just saying in general. No.
Yeah.
Why? Or how?
Because I feel.
Sorry, y'all. We heard somebody outside our door. Oh, somebody going in. Okay.
Because I feel that chemistry outweighs compatibility. That's just how I feel.
Do you want to elaborate, or you want me to go ahead with mine?
I feel like chemistry is okay, go ahead. Let me think real quick. Let me think.
So, I do think that there are a lot of long-term relationships out here that have chemistry with no compatibility. I think it's possible. Do I think they are thriving relationships and ones that will do you good, like inside? No, and it's just my personal opinion. I mean, you are everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not even talking about just zodiac signs. That's just me. But just like Anthony, if you don't have anybody at your core, like y'all more, Anthony used to say that all the time when we first met, like we have like the same type of moral compass. Mm-hmm. If y'all moral compass isn't the same, like, I hate to say it, but having those conversations like, do you believe in God? Do you believe in the death penalty? I'm just giving like stuff that really tell you, like, gives you an introspective thought into a person. Mm-hmm. Because those are triggering questions that will help you understand. Do you want to adopt kids? Like, stuff like that will help you understand who you're with. Do you want to have kids? Do you ultimately want to get married? Because respecting somebody's boundaries, they may not want to get married. They may want to be with you forever, but if you don't believe in that, then why are you with that person? If they want to have 16 kids and never marry you, but you want to get married, why are you with that person? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's, in my opinion, that is compatibility. So I guess in the beginning of the conversation, I said that zodiac signs is my thing for compatibility, but it's not. I guess I do have more depth into what I think. What? But I would, like I said, if you guys do not truly believe the same things at the core, you're destined to have these arguments all the time, and arguments will happen. I want to say that too. Don't think that because me and Anthony are, because we are. I consider that before I even looked that up. I knew me and Anthony were very compatible, but we argue. It ain't no walk in the park. He gets on my nerves, and I get on his. But
we don't argue often though.
no, I
We don't
think we. I
argue
think
often.
we nag. That's the thing. It's a difference between like having a big argument and just like a debate on who gonna take out the trash or why you ain't take out the trash today.
Yeah,
That's what it avoids.
here's what I call it. We have talks because we don't argue. Let's get that out the way. We don't really argue. We have talks. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're really
Yeah, but we get pissed.
yeah, but I'm saying we're not like screaming and yelling at each other.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say argument because that's typically what people think about when you say
Yeah,
argue.
you're right.
We have talks because I ain't with all the yelling.
He does
and all
not,
that.
but
We
I
do it.
will. But he does not.
But-
you made me better with that. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, talks like I feel like I actually put it in like a time frame. About every 3 months, there's always a talk.
I knew he was gonna say that.
That's how it has been happening. About every 3 months is some type of talk, and usually it's like one of us is slacking on something because you end up getting to a point to where you with each other every day, living with each other, you're doing the same things, and then you may get a little laxed on this, get a little laxed on that, and all of this stuff. Like for example, can I just elaborate? All right, like for example, right? We had stopped, going out on dates as much, right? And it was kind of, and I'm talking about me in this example. And it's kind of like I was getting comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, oh, I got her, she with me and all of that stuff. And, because when we first got together, we used to date, was that every other weekend and stuff like that. And once I had her, it was like, oh, okay, and then it wasn't like I said mentally, okay, I'm not gonna date her anymore, nothing like that. It literally just happens that way, and then we had one of those talks, and she just straight up and was, very open and honest and had that communication with me to let me know, which is also important, that, hey, we're not dating anymore. I kind of feel like this, I feel like that, and all of that stuff. And, I sat there, I listened to her. I didn't get mad at her. I got mad at myself because this was something I was allowing to happen to make her feel the way she felt. So, but after that talk, then it's like, okay, let me get back. Let me get back right. Let me go ahead and turn my Mac back on and do what I'm supposed to do. So I had to remember to keep I don't want to say chasing, but I can't think of nothing else, but I have to keep chasing my wife.
I mean,
you know what I'm
that's the
saying?
truth. It is.
So I
have to do that with you as well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I just had to remember that I can't get comfortable. I can't sit back. I'm gonna have to put that in the forefront of my mind to always remember that I'm constantly trying to get her every single day. I'm trying to win her over every day, woo her and all of that stuff. So yeah, just a little tidbit on that.
And bringing that or tying it back into compatibility, if we weren't compatible on that level of communication, we wouldn't value that.
Yeah, so I'm bringing it back, which is why I said let me think about it, because
But that was good. You proved the point. Like
yeah, because sometimes I may answer a question too quickly if I don't think about it. If I don't think about it, then it's but Yes, I agree. When especially when you're talking about the core values, I don't really. It may still be possible, but I don't really see somebody not having the same core values in it, like working out and flourishing into something, you know, great. It's kind of hard for me to see. Like I said, it may be possible because anything
Wait,
is
you're
possible.
saying it's not going to flourish if they have the certain core values?
No, I said if they don't have the same.
Okay.
I'm proving your point.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying I don't think that chemistry alone will suffice majority of the time. Yeah. So I would agree with that.
But it is needed.
Almost definitely. Because I still feel like it's like, what would you say the glue is? The compatibility or the chemistry?
The chemistry is the glue.
Because that's what I said at first, but it's like without the compatibility.
I say, okay, no. I'm going to say the chemistry is the glue because the compatibility is what is initially going to attract you to that person, not necessarily chemistry. The chemistry clicks after the fact. The chemistry happens once you're having a conversation and you're like, oh my God, like that's the vibe. Like you're like, oh my God, I'm vibing with this person. But the compatibility, like I said, I'm naturally attracted to quiet men. That's how I've always been.
And I found out that I was attracted to a talker. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's the compatibility part. We are naturally compatible because he's the quiet person or he is the more structured person and I'm the more the out there. Oh, that's another thing too. Like when I first met Anthony, like he didn't travel. He was just like, and it wasn't that I don't think you didn't even necessarily desire to. I don't know. If you didn't, you just didn't. It was just like Anthony is like, what's in front of him, he's good with. He learns to be okay with that. And what
I'm a simple man.
Yes, he's very simple, and it's not bad. I put that in our vows. It's not bad. It's just that's what he brings to the table, and I bring the other half, the crazy, the wild, the unpredictable. So that's what I vowed to him, to constantly push him and make sure that, yes, with you being simple, he gets comfortable. And we'll never grow if we're always comfortable. And it's a beautiful thing because I'm not like that. And I don't envy that. I'm just jealous of that sometimes, of how comfortable he can be with what's in front of him. Because it's a blessing to be able to just say, this is all I have. I'm gonna work with what I have. I always aspire to get more and do more and be more.
And so she taught me how to not be so comfortable because, like she said, the only way you can grow is if you get uncomfortable.
Can I say the opposite side of that?
What?
He also taught me how to be still.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Okay, go.
I want to get to that. Yeah. So like I've been going out and stuff, more and stuff now, and that's really because of her. She kind of got me out there. And now sometimes she don't even want me to leave. Here you go, leaving the house again. And you did it. Yeah. But, anyway, but because I am, I can be still, I can be comfortable. I can appreciate what's around me and stuff like that. I kind of, taught her how to do the same. I would say she lived a fast life, I lived a slow life. So I kind of taught her how to slow down a little bit. Now she'll stay at the house a little bit more, and not go out and all of that and shoot. And here I am, I'm hitting the door.
Ready to go.
Because it's something that we both haven't really took the time to experience yet. Because I know some people not gonna get this, and you're not gonna get this if you're not a homebody. But staying at the house, watching your favorite show, grabbing your favorite drink, eating your favorite food by yourself, nobody else around, light your candle, do whatever you need to do to take a nice hot shower. Listen, that's a different type of peace, different type of fun. Everybody ain't gonna get it. Everybody's not gonna understand it. But that's okay. The people that get it. The ones that don't.
And it took me a while to understand that about him. Like, I was getting my nails done with my best friend Malia, and I was talking to her. It was Saturday. Like, usually on Saturdays, I take that as a day to go do whatever. What he say, every time I go out with my mama, I come home with a bag. Like, I'll spend some money, I'll just do whatever, just because I don't like sitting around all day. But for him, that's doing something, just chilling at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So she was doing my nails or whatever, and she was like, I don't know how it came up, but basically it was like, what was Anthony doing? And she said, you need to call him. I said, girl, nah, he probably at the house. I said, I looked at the time. It was like 12 something. I said, oh, girl, he probably just got some Zaxby's. He at the house watching TV. And I said, if he ain't already done eating, he sleep. So I called him. I said, babe, what you doing? He said, I just got back to the house and eat my Zaxby's. But that's him. I know that's him. Like, I just know that that's him, and I can appreciate that. One, I know my guy ain't out here in these streets like that. Two,
I'm exactly.
I just know that he appreciates simple things, and I admire that so much because I have to do something at all times, or I'm bored. And he can just watch TV, play the game, he can get his 5-finger plate dipped in tongue torch sauce with double fries and a sweet tea from Zaxby's, come back here and cut it on some weird little documentary and have the time of his life, and then go to sleep.
Y'all saw how she had the whole order with the sauce, with the drink. Like, come on now. Can't put a price on it.
So yeah, that all comes with being compatible as well as having chemistry, because like he said, that's the glue. If you don't have the chemistry, then you won't care to try and better. That's what it is. If you don't have the chemistry, then you won't care to try and better the relationship.
Yeah. That's yeah. So that's like the care, because compatibility is like, hey, I skateboard. Hey, I skateboard too. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know. But yeah. The chemistry, yeah. That's the glue. Well,
that's good. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like there were so many like different nuggets of different like other episodes that we can have too.
Man, we could have dipped off into so much stuff, but I try to stay on topic, but sometimes, man, my mind I just gotta get it out.
Naturally, I ramble.
I gotta get it out while it's there.
He is like the king of rambling. So yeah, on the last episode, this man said, I don't know when we gonna record another episode, blah, blah, blah. No, we on a schedule. What I said, we coming back. We gonna do it once a week. Agree?
I don't drag my feet all the time.
Yes, you do.
But we appreciate y'all watching. We'll be back next week. Next week, right? We'll be back next week, you know, so.
Unless there are any other circumstances, because it's the day before Valentine's Day.
So yeah, like, share, comment. Please tell us your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. It's all fine. Just be respectful, please.
Please.
So
and tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend.
Turn the video off. This is like an hour-long video.